All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and move into who's who and what's new. And just to remind you guys, each week we do not crosstalk these headlines. I go out day of, I see what's trending, I see what's controversial, I grab the things that interest me the most and that I think are the funniest. And then we throw them up on the screen and we talk about them. Are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, here we
I grabbed them. I didn't throw them up on the screen, though.
All right, here we go. Boom.
Here we go.
All right, so we got to talk about this one this week, and this is actually a little meta because it's a story about a story. But everybody's tracking the previous president of the United States has been indicted for the third time. This is starting to get ridiculous. All right.
Yeah.
But anyway, so here from the Daily Fetched, Joe Rogan rages over Trump indictments. The actions of a banana republic is what he said about it. So the reason that I thought this one was really interesting is because, like, it's pretty well known. This guy is the absolute king, right, of the podcast. Okay. It's like 11 million listeners. I think he's got $100 million contract, right? With Spotify.
Is that Spotify?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, okay.
And so if somebody like that, who's not known for, his political acumen, I would say, is starting to, point out the obvious to.
Right. He's a centrist, right?
Right. And the bulk of his audience are people that are probably not attuned to what's happening, politically. Right. They just want to watch sports.
Does he know who we are?
Yeah. I mean, I sent him a message. I have yet to hear back. So, hey, Joe, if you hear this, man, love to come on and talk to you.
Man. As I show some love, buddy. Show some love.
Save some clicks for over here, Joe.
Jeez, yeah, that's right.
Anyway,
those who care, share.
Yeah. So I thought, it's like, it's getting out there. Normal people are starting to see this stuff. You can't not talk about it anymore. And I think a lot of people that were look, I don't really care about politics. I just want to watch sports kind of crowd, right? Like just live and let live kind of people. They're starting to wake up to this stuff, and it's starting to get pretty serious.
Yeah, let me just say this really quick. When he says banana republic, so let's go Argentina, let's go Mexico, let's go, these different third world countries. And what do they do?
South Africa.
South Africa, the guy in power all of a sudden arrests his political opponent because he's done something illegal and throws him into jail. Here we are. Just
saying.
So, just saying.
You know what the difference between, your country and their country is?
No.
You.
What?
We are the difference.
We are the
difference.
Are
you going to do something? Yeah. All right. So anyway, moving right along. This is just kind of a tagline to that story. So the former president let it be known that the Don can meme. So he, in response to the third indictment, he put this up here. Said, I need only one more indictment to ensure my election.
Yeah. So, every time his polls go up, you would think that they would, whatever. By the way, at the time of this recording, since all of that has happened at the time of this recording, there has been another filing in court to shut him up, that he's not allowed to talk about his indictments because
so strange, right? They're going to indict him and then put him under gag orders that he can't talk about
because of that very thing. Because every time he does and he talks about his polls go up, but they said that no, that the reason why the gag order is because he talks about what he's being indicted with, and he may give up critical information that should be only in court.
No, that's the power of there's no such thing as bad press. I don't care what you say, or I don't care what you think, as long as it's about me.
They want to try him in the court of public opinion,
and so then they're mad, right? And then they're mad that in the court of public opinion, they're
losing. Whatever, guys, just stop.
Yeah, just
stop.
All right.
Wait a minute. I think I heard something about that. When it's hurting you, count the cost and just stop.
Yeah, moving right along here. So this one kind of caught my interest. Senator from California, Dianne Feinstein ceding, quote, power of attorney to daughter raises questions. So I bring that one up to point it out that, do you know what the average age of the Congress and Senate is? You know, she's 90 years old.
In the late 60s?
Yeah, she's 90 years old. You know,
right
now if you dig into that if you dig into that article, I do want to be fair. She's ceding what's called a special power of attorney to her daughter, pursuant to a specific legal case about her late husband's estate, right? So it's not a general power of attorney that her daughter has, you know, complete executorship over her, but I mean, it still shows, you know, that if these people don't have the mental acumen, you know, to deal with their issues, that they're having to bring in those that are close to them, in this case, their children, to deal with their stuff. It is fair to make the argument then, do you have the mental facilities to serve in the United States Senate?
It's a fair question.
It is a fair question. That's all I'm pointing out.
It's just a fair question. And especially after what just happened on tape, it's recorded what happened, you know, so it's not like somebody said
You're talking about Senator Mitch McConnell last week?
No, I'm talking about
her.
Feinstein.
Yeah.
She was giving a roll call vote. So they were going down the roll call vote. She did not realize where she was and started giving a speech.
Right. I saw that video.
Somebody's whispering to her, just say yes. Just say
I believe
yes.
Just say they said say I. They get in her ear and they just say
but
I.
The point is somebody was telling her how to vote. It's on tape. I'm not making it up.
Right.
And she was confused and she very quickly got out of it, but somebody else other than her, the elected person, was telling her how to vote.
Right. All right, moving right along. Final story this week. YouTuber Kai Cenat, apologize if I'm not saying your name correctly, is charged with inciting a riot by the NYPD for a PS5 giveaway, which erupted in violence at Union Square as 65 rioters were arrested amid chaos. I do have a picture here of exactly what that looked like. These guys were quite upset, I guess, at maybe not getting their PS5. So let's go destroy this, you know, black sedan because reasons.
How is that dude responsible for other people's actions? Inciting a riot, like screaming fire inside of a theater. That's panic, fear, something that's not there.
Right.
This is, here's a PS5. No, I'm only giving away one. I can't remember what the case was. I really didn't care. I saw it, and it's just like, you know, people take a okay thing to write, but people have got to be responsible for their own actions. How is that guy responsible for those guys rioting?
I mean, that's a good question. And the other thing that I wanted to point out is, why is this starting to become the, you know, logical outcome
answer
to every situation? Is like, oh, because you know, tell me the truth. If I was to call you up on the phone and be like, oh, did you hear that there was another riot in insert large city in the United States, would that surprise you at all?
I already answered. I didn't read it because I
didn't care because this is becoming so commonplace.
Common. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to point out to you guys, because I'm old enough to remember, this is not normal. Okay.
Right.
And it's important to remind people about this. This is not normal.
Let's go back to the mindset. And this is the reason why I asked the question. Why is he in trouble? Why are they not in trouble for their violence they did? Why is he being busted for inciting them to be angry?
Yeah.
You can be angry. Remember, peaceful protesting is totally legal in this country, but
and constitutionally protected.
But tearing things up and damaging other people's property is not. So, and that's the law.
Yeah. And I just want to take this opportunity to say again, we are absolutely very pro First Amendment on this channel. We are pro redress your grievances with the government, peacefully exercise your freedom of speech. We are anti-chaos, anti-rioting, anti-destruction of property.
They need to have all the tools at their discretion to put that junk down.
Yeah.
That if they did, that would stop a lot of this stuff. It's like, oh, here come the Pope. Better get out of here. And crowd just disperses, right? Yeah. Because they know.
This is absolutely
But when
ridiculous.
they know the police aren't going to do anything, then there is no fear. There's no incentive for dispersing and not behaving that way.
Absolutely. Well, those are the headlines that we got for you guys this week on who's who and what's new. Things are getting crazy out there.
Well, where were the funny ones, man? You didn't bring funny ones this time. Those were all serious.
Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. That's funny, right? People were rioting in New York. That's the joke.
The one on Dianne Feinstein and her aging and so forth, that breaks my heart. Yeah. Even she may be a liberal or whatever, but her family going through that and watching her lose that's still heartbreaking. We'll try to lift like anybody.
We'll try to lift your guys' spirits next week. I'll try to pay more attention to the funny and the absurd. But some weeks are just like that. Some weeks there's really not a lot of humor going on in the world.
No, isn't anybody gluing their hands to airport runways this week?
That is true. I should go look those guys up and see how they're doing. Hey, if you guys like videos like this,
burns are on the back of their hands.
Remember to follow the link tree, like, subscribe, share the video, help us grow the channel, and we hope you guys stick around for the keeping the main thing the main thing. We'll see you over there.